to the VIP.
Yeah, the IP, VIP.
Don't wait, cause tonight's on me.
It's on me, baby, all on me, yeah.
Sexy models, champagne bottles.
Yeah, the IP, VIP.
Got 2 models, 3 more bottles.
Model when I'm model, got a bottle, there's only one side.
Be Taylor.
Yeah, the IP, VIP. It's on me, baby, all on me,
Welcome to the Xander Effect. I'm your host, Xander Dames. Got a couple of really cool things to talk about today. In entertainment news, Spike Lee's new short film is somewhat of a love letter to New York during this coronavirus pandemic. We'll talk a little bit about that. In sports, NASCAR is realigning its 2020 schedule, so let you guys know a little bit about what's going on there. In video game news, we go through a few games that the Xbox Series X is showcasing as we speak. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Plus, I have a special guest executive producer of the Xander Effect, Qwes Kross, is going to be chatting with me a little bit about what we got planned for all of you and the thanks that we are giving to all the people who have made the Xander Effect possible. But first, before we get into that, here is La Pelopony Me Anticipo right here on the Xander Effect.
Él era el chico ideal, sin más me dejé llevar. No me pude resistir, caí en la tentación, de pronto mi corazón empezó a latir. Oh, oh, ¿qué es esta sensación? Oh, oh, que altera tal
Yo, what up? This is AB, and you're listening to the Xander Effect.
I told y'all these bitches ain't fucking with me like that.
Host Kid the producer.
Phone whip when I'm driving, ayy. Pulling up in that Mozzie, ayy. Tattoos on my body, ayy. Through a dinner is private, ayy. I'm for sure you a probably, ayy. Got your bitch on a molly, ayy. I'm a church and they copy, ayy. Talking shit and they hiding, ayy. I'm busy getting a check. Got them upset and they vex. I'm in their neck. I just got brand new address. I just might land on the deck. Tell me what's next. I got the Louis on me. I got them jewels on my teeth. Swear that it be. Just go and Google the drip. Bitch, I am who you gon' see.
Say you got a bitch, but you keep fucking with me. Touchdown in the 305, pop out the PJ. Bank account so long, it look like Oprah Winfrey. Shit too easy, ain't nobody fucking with me.
Shit so easy, ain't nobody fucking with me. Shit so easy, ain't nobody fucking with me. Shit so easy, ain't nobody fucking with me. Shit so easy, ain't nobody fucking with me.
I need a Spencer thing, yeah, that's what I like. And take a big spot, yeah, that's what I might. Jose, I'm drinking, oh yeah, turn up tonight. Wanna hang with the gang, need an invite. Run it up, fuck it up, broke bitch, shut it up. Broke boy, I won't give a fuck. Pussy good, but I don't give it up, yeah. I just be doing my thing, yeah. No NBA, I got rings, yeah. Robins is all in my jeans, yeah. Say you got a bitch, but you keep fucking with me. Touchdown in the 305, pop out the PJ. Bank account so long, it look like Oprah Winfrey. Shit too easy, ain't nobody fucking with me.
Shit so easy, ain't nobody fucking with me. Shit so easy, ain't nobody fucking with me. Shit so easy, ain't nobody fucking with me. Shit so easy, ain't nobody fucking with me.
Shit so easy, baby. Why she call her busy, baby? Ice wet might freeze me, baby. Late pipe, she say don't leave me, baby. Send pics been teasing lately. That and that pussy, yeah, he the greatest. Late night creep be the crazy. Don't spit out that nut, say eat it, baby. Who fucking with her, say nobody. Baby, stop playing that rim that body. I'm really tryna get inside it. Put this so wet, say ooh, excited. Tryna get with you one night. Throw it back, baby, say ooh, she fighting. Grab my back, say ooh, she biting. Pulling me in, ooh, she like it. Ring, 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 call AB. Boy, that tough dumb nigga can't play me. Too cool little nigga say Swayze. Ballin' on that nigga, call me yellow KD. Boy, you can call a nigga yellow AD. Nut up on the grill till that bitch say cheese. Beg for the dick, make the mama say please. Beat the pussy real, real lazy.
Say you got a bitch, but you keep fucking with me. Touchdown in the 305, pop out the PJ. Bank account so long, it look like Oprah Winfrey. Shit too easy, ain't nobody fucking with me.
Shit so easy, ain't nobody fucking with me. Shit so easy, ain't nobody fucking with me. Shit so easy, ain't nobody fucking with me. Shit so easy, ain't nobody fucking with me.
It's AB, baby. And my boy, Yellow Beezy. Yeah, we fuck it up.
That was AB's Nobody right here on the Xander Effect. In entertainment news, Spike Lee has put out a short which you could all view on YouTube. And basically this short is pretty much an ode to New York amid the coronavirus pandemic. It's pretty much a love letter to everything that's been going on in New York, the epicenter of the coronavirus pandemic currently. And the video, it's an 8-minute short. And it basically starts off, I mean, it has Frank Sinatra's New York, New York playing in the background while we pretty much go on a tour of parts of New York, very popular areas of New York. Wall Street, Broadway theaters, Yankee Stadium. Spike Lee takes us to Manhattan, Brooklyn, the Bronx, different areas of New York Times Square. And it shows how completely empty this otherwise very fast-paced and very busy city is right now during the current state of the pandemic. The Academy Award winner went on Anderson Cooper and Dr. Sanjay Gupta on CNN, and during the interview he said, quote, "It's painful when you see there is nobody there, but at the end of the film, that is when we see New Yorkers. You know what? I wouldn't want to be any other place in the world than here, the epicenter." What he's referring to is that towards the end of the video, of the short, he basically shows the gratitude that New Yorkers are sharing to all the healthcare workers, all the first responders, by clapping for them. As I've been attempting to start an AW movement, you know, people are doing it anyway, which that's exactly what should be happening. Always clap for all the essential workers, whether it be first responders or anybody else that's on the front lines currently right now, and give them thanks for everything they're doing for us. And that's what Spike Lee showed in the short film, that so many people from their balconies to the streets are all applauding all these first responders and healthcare workers that are on the front lines right now. So it's an awesome short. You should definitely go ahead and check it out. And yeah, it's beautifully made by Spike Lee. In other entertainment news, looks like Queen's Brian May has been hospitalized due to ripping his glutes to shreds while gardening. Queen's lead guitarist went on social media and posted a picture of himself with a face mask, and the caption reads, "Reality check for me. No, the virus didn't get me yet, thank God. Hope you're all keeping extra safe out there. A decision to relax controls doesn't suddenly make the danger go away. But me? Yes, I've been quiet. Reason? As well as getting overstretched and harassed by too many demands, I managed to rip my gluteus maximus to shreds in a moment of overenthusiastic gardening. So suddenly I find myself in a hospital getting scanned to find out exactly how much I've actually damaged myself. Turns out I did a thorough job. This is a couple of days ago, and I won't be able to walk for a while or sleep without a lot of assistance because the pain is relentless. So folks, I need to go dark for a while, getting some complete rest at home. Please don't send me sympathy. I just need some healing silence for a while. I'll be back, but I need to complete break. I'm sorry, excuse me, but I need the complete break, okay? Thanks, take care out there, break." So that's the bottom line right there. Brian's gonna be healing for a while, and it's just tough, you know. I mean, you know, it's not easy when you tear a muscle or something like that. You need constant care, and right now it's difficult to even go to the hospital because, I mean, you're always got to be cautious of what's going on right there. So here's a wish for a speedy recovery for Brian May, and hopefully he gets better. In other entertainment news, comedians Sarah Silverman and Seth Rogen are teaming up for a brand new 8-part series or 8-episode series called Santa Inc. that's going to air on HBO Max, the new streaming app that's set to premiere later on this month. Both of them are going to be basically, it's an 8-episode series that follows Candy Smalls, which is played by Sarah Silverman, and the successor to Santa Claus, which is played by Seth Rogen. So basically, the premise of the story is that Seth Rogen gets poached by Amazon on Christmas Eve, and Candy decides to go for her ultimate dream, which is to become the first female Santa Claus in the history of Christmas. This show is a very woman-empowered type of show, and Susanna Marcus, Executive Vice President of Original Comedy and Animation at HBO Max, said, quote, "I have long dreamed of taking a beloved holiday tradition and adding a feminist agenda and some R-rated comedy. And when I read the script from Ali and Seth and Sarah attached to voice, I knew that it was a perfect fit for us at Max." So HBO Max is more than thrilled, and it's gonna be something that it's gonna be very interesting, because if Seth Rogen and Sarah Silverman are teaming up, you know that this type of show is gonna be hilarious to many people. So I'm looking forward to that. Up next, got an awesome interview with the executive producer of the Xander Effect and the CEO of 50/50 Global Muzik Inc, Qwes Kross. and we basically chat a little bit about all the awesome things that he has given to the Xander Effect, all the people that were involved to making this show as successful as it is so far, and what we have planned for the future. But first, here is Qwes Kross. She got it right here on the Xander Effect.
It's fine. I know that I'm with you. I don't mind. Yeah. What we gonna do? I'm with you. It can be so true. Tell me where we going. Life is full of games, but we are the same. Let's just stop this play. Let me do my thing. I see you. Same. What do you do? Please just come my way. Ooh. Call my stylist. Running up a tab with a polish. Blowing out the back with my Qwes. Living out my life cause I live this. Push the start button and reminisce. Never look back, we say trending. Solving out the problem, let's calculate. Do the work for me, let's keep it straight. What you gonna do? I don't wanna play. Why you wanna play? You decide. I don't wanna play. We can play around. Calling up the girls. She can die. What you wanna do? I don't wanna play. Yeah. Why you wanna play? Yeah. What you gonna say? I don't wanna play. We can play around. Calling up the girls. She can die. What you wanna do? I don't wanna play. What you wanna do? What you gonna say? I don't wanna play. We can play around. Calling up the girls. She can die. What you wanna do? I don't wanna play. Why you wanna play? What you gonna say? She died. She died. What you wanna do? She died. Why you wanna play? What you wanna say? I don't wanna play. We can play around. Calling up the girls. Let me down. What you wanna do? I don't wanna play. Why you wanna play? I don't wanna play. Why you play around? Calling up the girls. Picking up the time. What you wanna do? I don't wanna play. What you wanna do? I don't wanna play. Why you wanna play? What you she said? I don't wanna play. I can play around. Calling up the girls. She can die. What you wanna do? I don't wanna play. Why you wanna play? What you gonna say? I don't wanna play. You can play around. Calling up the girls. What do we do? What you wanna do? What do we do? What you wanna say? What you wanna say? I don't wanna play. How do we around? What do we say? Baby, look at town. Yeah. What you wanna do? It's like what? Like who? Like what? Like what?
So on the Xander Effect, I have my executive producer, actually, Qwes Kross, and he's back because last time I had him here was back in December. What up, Q?
What up? What up? What up? What's poppin', man? What's going on with you, D?
Man, what, first of all, you're never in the States. You're always all over the place. You're never here, man. Like, you're always traveling. You're everywhere, but yet you're still my executive producer. You're always here, and you're always, like, amazing music from up-and-coming artists that are on the 50/50, Global Muzik Inc. label. And these guys are just amazing, man. Every single person that you brought me to this show has been fantastic.
Nice, bro.
Like,
Yeah, like no, it's like, man, it's variations, different, like variations of sound, different music, different from different parts of the world. Like you just had Ali on. She's in Taiwan, but represent Berlin, the whole 9 yards. You know what I'm saying? You got D-Mix coming up. Yeah. Bronny, she doing jazz. Karen Lowe, she doing EDM. Just very B Taylor. Everyone's just like really putting in work, but we're covering a broad aspect of music. And that's what it's about. We want to cover that range, man, and give everybody what they want,
Oh, totally, man. And it's growing. It continues to grow.
Yep.
I mean, you have amazing, like, not just artists, but you got DJs, like you said. Dimix is right there. You have Makasi that I interviewed, not too long ago. But not only that, but I mean, we also have an awesome digital team. Soul House Productions. I mean, that team. Let me tell you, man. I mean, if any of y'all have seen my Instagram or have seen Qwes's Instagram, the post that we put up there of like each episode and every single like artist that we've had on the show here, it's all Soul House Productions, man. Like, major shout out to them because they are like so talented in what they do.
Big up to Soul House. Yeah, big up to Soul House Productions, man, out of Germany. Making sure all our stuff is tight knit. All our graphics, all our content is on the one, and that's really dope. I was telling like a lot of the acts, and I tell just people in general, the content is king. And all of our demographics, our demographics is like millennials, Gen Z. So that's what we're looking at. We're looking at the content first, then we're going back and listen to the music. So the content drives, then the music drives. The content, the music. So, if everyone listening, if anybody listening, take that. Content, music, lifestyle. That's what it's about,
Exactly. And your lifestyle, man, dude, I gotta tell you, I kind of envy your lifestyle, man, because you're like traveling all over the world. You're a very like fashion driven individual. You've always been a fashion driven individual. Like, besides hip hop, you always like to integrate a little bit of fashion. And I've seen some of your posts on Instagram too, like the whole black and white, type of posts and everything. I mean, some of the stuff that you do on Instagram, on social media, is it stuff that like you're just walking and all of a sudden you just get inspired to do or something?
Yeah. A lot of it is just inspired at the time and at the moment. So it's freestyle. None of it is really like planned out, like, and I think that's what people want. People want like that true day-to-day of your lifestyle, So coming from New York and everything, I love fashion. So it's all about integrating it in your lifestyle, in your day-to-day. So your day-to-day routine, what you get up, you walk around, you may want to capture something. You capture that, boom. But then from a fashion standpoint, the way I see it is from, that fashion element,
Oh, man, for sure. And that's very important, actually, to go ahead and integrate the two. I gotta ask though, man, in this time of crisis, because I mean, you're damn near in like one of the hottest spots, or you've been in one of the hottest spots. You were in Japan for a little bit when they had a crazy outbreak out there of the current COVID-19 virus. I mean, you've been like in like major hotspots. How's that been going for you?
Well, it's crazy. I mean, right now I'm in SG, Singapore. So Singapore is pretty dope. Like, they were right next to Taiwan, because Taiwan is #1 right now, doing very well. And I wish that we could follow that from the States. We should follow the routine of what they're doing, But when I caught wind of it, you already knew. Like, it was crazy. And I was like, oh, snap.
It was a funny situation, because when I first told you about it, you were a little bit hesitant. You're a little bit like skeptical about the whole thing. Like, yeah, it's in China. It's not here. It's not gonna get to me. And then suddenly, all of a sudden, I hear you muffled. I was like, why you sound muffled? I was like, because I have the mask on. Right now.
Yeah. Now, it was crazy, because I was like, yeah. Then, you was like, you gotta get your gloves in your face. But I was like, nah, we don't need all that. And then when I looked on the map, I saw the Wuhan. I saw, that's far away from, Taiwan. And then you were like, and then I was like, oh, man, I'm all right. And then I was walking one night. We was in the streets. We was walking in the streets of Taiwan, and then we went past the hospital, and that's when I saw it. I was like, oh, it's getting ready to pop off. Right then and there, my whole body just took a shift change. It was like,
right?
I was like, oh, this is for real. So then I had to like mentally, I started thinking and started.
You're like, I should have heard. I should have listened to Xander. I should have listened
Yeah,
to that.
yeah,
Let me go find my master right now. Let me really listen to what he just said.
Man, you was on it, bro. And I was, you know, saying, and look, we was talking like that around what, like the top of it. So like, what was it?
Yeah,
Like,
this is like yeah, it was like probably beginning or middle of January or end of January, something like that.
Yeah. And I'm like, yo, dude, this is so it's really real. That's when we set all these plans up but I didn't expect it to go to the States like that. I really did.
Yeah.
And once Trump had, you know, they caught him on TV, and then they were like, "What you think about it?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's not gonna come over here, et cetera, et cetera." And it really did. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, "Damn!" But then, you know, then it just went fast after that. So after I saw that, I started bouncing around. And I was like, "Okay, I gotta fly out." But Taiwan did a great job. Like, they, man, this really contained it. Then when I got to Singapore was basically on point, but then they slipped. And so think about it, they were doing well just with Taiwan, and then they had to go right back to point A because of different parts of the workers, and it was just kind of bad. They just got caught. Because when I came here, I was like, oh damn, I had my mask on, but nobody had a mask. So they were just living life like everything was normal. And then boom, it just hit again, you know. So it's just lessons learned, you know. Everybody's just got to be on point, and then boom, be on. Yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy because I mean, we're trying to like, in a sense, like we're here in the States, we're trying to get back to normal. Which, in my opinion, I think it's way too soon to get anything back to normal. Like my thing is this: it's like it takes one moron to go ahead and screw it up for everybody. You know? I mean, hell, it took one person to infect an entire planet.
I know it.
Okay,
that's crazy.
So it's one of those situations where they were like, "Oh, well, our economy is this." Yes, I understand that the economy is not the best right now. Like we need to get things going, but it's not going to make a difference if everybody that works, like the example I always use is the following. I'm like, there's two guys working at a factory. One is asymptomatic. The other one is completely healthy. That asymptomatic comes to work, infects the guy that's healthy. Then the asymptomatic becomes symptomatic. Then the other guy that's there that's infected is now infected as well. What happens in the factory? They close it down. Why? Because both workers are infected now. So that leaves the economy like in even worse shape than it was before. You know, so reopening things up right now, in my opinion, is not the best idea. What needs to be done is this virus needs to be eradicated before anybody could open anything. Otherwise, we're gonna be left with more deaths and more people infected than before.
Yep, no, it's true, man, and that's what it starts. Like it actually that's why I said we have to be very careful about how we ease back into, you know, the opening in the States and the social. I'm telling you, I'm seeing it here firsthand, and you just got to, you know, if not, you will go back to point A, and then you're like, oh my God, you know, we got to be in the house again for a couple more months. So you want to be real careful about your moves, you know, and really be strong on social distancing as well, you know.
Well, I don't even think you've heard of the newest gripe that people have now. Like the newest gripe that, like, before people were griping that, oh, we need to reopen businesses and oh, we need to do this. Okay, so they got their wish. They're slowly starting to reopen the business. Now you know what the gripe is? The gripe is that people don't want to be forced to wear masks.
Dude, that's where it's going wrong. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm like are you serious right now? Like, okay, you got your way on one way, but now you actually want to go completely without them? Dude, what are you trying to kill us all? What's wrong with you? Like, you know, like I don't get it, man. I really don't get why people. It's like why do you want to go ahead and show your entire face anyway? I don't want to see your face.
What's that movie? I guess we got like mid-2000 with cabin people, and that's how everybody's having it. So everybody want to get back out and start mixing, you know, mingling amongst people. But see, that's why we got spanked, because you know, we got hit with a spanking, because now it's like boom, you know, we not taking care of the world or the earth to make sure the earth and everything's taken care of.
It's the craziest thing, and I don't mean to cut you off, but it's the craziest thing because I saw something on on Facebook that just like blew my mind. I saw one person actually showing websites and articles about how face masks are not really going to protect you and this, that, and the other. And I'm just like, okay, first of all, in college, when I went to college, they taught us, like professors would tell us, okay, here are papers that are going to be due, okay? Now, when you go to look for references, do not go to websites that end in .com or, you know, or .ent or anything like that. You must always use websites that have .edu, .gov, or .org. Those are the three letters on every single website that you need to go for, because those are going to be websites that are A, legally proven, B, scientifically proven, and C, educationally proven.
Exactly.
With facts, with actual facts. All these other .coms and stuff like that. .coms are usually manipulated by a third party with most of the time hidden agenda. So for people to go ahead and find articles on some random .com website, you're getting information that has been created by randoms. It's not reliable.
Right.
It's not from proven scientific fact. I mean, hell, I could go ahead and go write an article and say, yeah, I'm a world-renowned doctor with a PhD in BS. .com. You know, I mean, and y'all believe me because why? Because I said so. You know, anybody could go into a dictionary and a thesaurus and find out a bunch of freaking big words and make yourself sound like you're freaking like one of the smartest dudes in the world. Or sometimes it could be a very intelligent person that just wants to stir the pot.
Right.
You know, and it just boggles. It just like totally like boggles my mind as to how some people are that gullible that they go ahead and follow everything as much as possible. You know, and
that's what I'm saying. Like, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, what I was going to say, and the thing is that, yes, I know that news sources like CNN and Fox, they're all .coms, but the news that they get are usually, and you'll see it in the articles that they post, is and it's like the sources that we found were from .org, something .org, or something .edu, or something .gov. You know, because that's the source that they get. And what they're doing is that they're relying the information from those sources. Now, these other articles that come from .com, they don't cite any other sources. They themselves, if you notice, they themselves claim that they're professionals, but they're not. So,
well, I think what it is too, a lot of them. No. It's true. Like, what it is people giving information, but like, it's like someone's told one thing that somebody tell another thing. So it's like the information is just, to me, always been third party. It's not like it's, you know, direct source information. People get information from the news. Then by the time they get to the news, it's turned into something else. And, you know, it's like a chain reaction, you know?
It gets skewed. Like the perception gets skewed every single time. And it's just annoying to me whenever I see that. But I mean, going back to the whole, people don't want to wear masks. Another comment that I saw that was just like, when I saw it, I was like, are you actually saying these words? Is that somebody was like, well, we need to treat it just like, you know, because like the person was commenting how, you know, wearing a mask is the same thing as wearing a seatbelt. It's for your own safety.
You want to have a thing. Yeah, you know, you want to have a mask on, you know, because
but hold on, but Qwes, get this. So they went ahead and they said, the person responded with the most stupidest response I've ever heard, the most ignorant thing I've ever heard. Well, I don't like wearing a seatbelt either because I don't like people telling me what to do. And you know, if I'm gonna die, I'll die. I might as well die. You know, I might as well go ahead and die. That's my decision. That's my choice. Yes, you dumbass. But the problem is that you're gonna end up killing somebody else in the process.
Right.
That's the problem.
Yeah. Let me tell you that, and that's fines. Like over here, the fines is like serious, dude. It's like you mess around, have your mask on, things like $500.
Good.
You know, say $500 if you don't have a mask on. If you hanging out at night, that's like $1,500. See, we need stuff like that in states.
They started doing it. Well, they started actually doing it in New York, I think.
Yeah,
or
you
New
got
York,
the
or New York, or New
lifelong
Jersey,
fine.
New York or New Jersey. That started finding people that weren't wearing masks. And you know what? I'm okay with that because at the end of the day, it's like, why do you want to go ahead and be responsible for killing another human being or a
It's
family
crazy,
member?
bro.
Like, it doesn't
Exactly.
make any sense. You know,
No,
okay,
no.
fine. Maybe you're not. Maybe you don't. Or you're not a carrier, but you don't know. So why are you going to
Right.
take that risk by trying to infect someone else? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
especially when you start knowing people who close to you got it, and then you start seeing that's when you know it's real. So you have to like just take the take the precautions, the measures. Boom, wear the mask, do the 6 feet. All that stuff. It really is like serious, man. But if we handle these situations, then boom, it started to hopefully start to calm down. But the more we're not handling or following the rules, then we keep eradicating. It keeps going up. Surges keep spiking. Everything, just keep moving. So we gotta be,
The numbers will never flatten. The curve will never flatten.
Nah, you gotta be
And
careful
man,
about that.
it's put a damper on everybody's
Everything.
lives. I mean,
Yep.
socially. I mean, shoot, dude, I didn't have a dating life beforehand. This just made it worse. I'm now becoming a priest. I'm now a
Hey,
priest, man.
right? No more hugging up. No more
I'm
giving a kiss on the cheek.
I'm Father Xander now, man. I'm Father Dames now, man. Like that. There goes my sex life. I think I grew back my virginity. To be honest with you, I think I grew it back. It's
Hey,
crazy.
that's crazy. Like, yeah, right now you can't do none of that. You have to be straight apart.
You
gotta be
can't,
like, yo,
yeah,
okay,
man.
no.
Like, you really can't. You can't do it.
Yeah.
You can't go ahead and risk. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna be able to have sex, but you can't, like kiss a person or even like eye contact. I don't want to look at you. I'm so ashamed.
You gotta put. Hey, everybody gonna be full plastic up.
Right?
Bodysuit.
Dude, it's gonna be like high school all over again, dry humping and all that.
Hey,
Like,
let me wake up in the morning, go put my bodysuit on.
a full body condom, like
That's how real it is. It's like,
so
it's crazy,
bad,
right?
man.
Yeah, man, it's
So
crazy.
bad.
Like, but you know what I think too? At the bottom line is like, it's good though because we get to clean up the world too. That's
I agree with that.
clean up. We get everybody. I mean, if you wasn't clean, now you're getting clean. All that filth from every.
If you were a hoe, now's your opportunity to be clean. Now's your opportunity to be clean now, all right? This is your start. This is your restart if you're a hoe.
Push the restart button, dude.
Push the restart button.
Dude.
Oh man, it's so bad. It's so. I mean, I was, I mean, I wouldn't say I was considered a hoe or anything, man. I mean, I'm still using the opportunity to cleanse myself. It's a cleaning experience for me anyway.
Right.
but yeah, man. I mean, it is an opportunity for like not just a human being. I mean, the world is getting cleaned up.
Yep,
I mean, I started seeing articles of scientists that have seen issues with the ozone layer that they've closed up on their own.
Yeah. I mean, look, that's right. With cleaning going on, the ozone layer is beautiful now. You can see different animals coming out having a great time. Humans, and while we in the house, the animals having a good time outside, chilling, running around.
I think some animals are having way too good a time with them killer hornets that are out right now, man. Oh, those killer hornets, man.
Real.
I told you, man. See, that's the problem. That's the problem, dude. I keep telling you these things, and you never believe me. You never believe me until you see it.
Yeah, did a swarm. Ooh. Uh-oh. That's what D was talking about. Oh, y'all about to run. Yeah, yo, watch my back.
I'm telling you, man, you gotta listen to Xander. Yeah, gotta listen to Xander, man. Like that's your best bet right there.
You gave me good information. First COVID information, now the hornet information. Definitely gotta listen.
Well, here's the thing. Well, I actually found some pretty cool news today. You know what's the one insect that can actually kill these hornets?
Yeah, what's that?
The praying mantis.
Mm.
They actually went ahead and they put a praying mantis and a hornet together, and that praying mantis destroyed that hornet. That praying mantis just demolished it. crushed it and ate it all up. Man, he ate that Horton up. Man, he looked like John Witherspoon in that scene from Friday. Good stuff right there. Eating all that Hornet. Good. You know? I mean that's what that praying mantis looked like right there, man. Man, he just that was a picture of it. That Hornet was done. That Hornet was done, son. I was like, yeah. Now we just need a whole bunch of them to go to their house and be like, knock, knock. Be like,
it's hard to find a lot of the praying mantis because they be in like different parts of the world in the jungle. But yeah, it's not like it's kind of it's hard just to find a group of them unless you get like nests of them and then put them, have them take over that one area. That'd be great. Yeah,
at least there's hope. At least there's hope now. I mean, now we found. The one thing that's actually going to be able to like meet its match, it's met its match now. Right. I mean, now it's like, oh yeah, you're going to come over here and invade? Well, no worries. We got you, man. Mr. Mantis, come over here, please. We need your help real quick. I was like, yeah.
I want to know how they came about though.
The theory is that they traveled through a plane. Like they traveled inside a plane, maybe in a crate or something. And, bag or something from Asia. Like that's all they're saying. It's coming from Asia. It's an Asian Hornet. So that's what they're saying. So I'm like, man, it's just crazy, man. This 2020 has been crazy, but I mean, but the cool thing is that like it's given us opportunity. It's given us opportunity, Qwes. I mean, it's given an opportunity for this show to go ahead and and showcase a lot of these artists. I mean, and we got seasons. Well, we're already in season 2 now. I mean,
we're in season 2. Shout out.
Season 2's here. So I mean, now Well, Qwes, I'm gonna let you handle this. I mean, what do you think? What do you think our future holds for the Xander Effect in season 2?
No, it's dope, man. Look, the whole point of, like you just said earlier, with the pandemic going on, it's good that we get to now, it's our job to entertain the people, but not only that, give them good information with the podcast, for future situations. I see great partnerships. We already got, Sony Electronics or Bravia TV. We pumping in, Sony Orchard, shout out, BMG Bertelsmann Group, Art 19, so we're able now to come in and push out great audio content, which is definitely in the future, for Xander, the Xander Show podcast, and which is also going to bring a lot more partnerships to the table. So it's great timing. The I don't want to say atmosphere, but the timing is right. The energy is right. And right now, as long as we keep facilitating good information, good music, good content to the people, that's what's going to make the Xander Effect super dope. And for a long time to come, too, So podcasts are the future. It's definitely going to be around for a minute. It's when Steve Jobs brought it up, it was popping off then. But now it's really popping off because it's just another audio way of getting information to the people quick. So we have to go through the rules like FCC regulations and things like that. So, this is great time, man. And the States is really starting to bubble, but Asia podcast is really going up really, really nice. From Korea to China to Singapore, like these parts of the world. But like at the end of the day,
we're expanding now too. Like I remember you sent me something saying that Art 19 is expanding even further now.
Yup, it's expanding out. So it's a beautiful situation, and like our timing is just impeccable, man. Like podcast is really, really awesome. And, shout out to Gary Vee on that because but at the end of the day, I remember when I was talking to last time I was in Singapore, and I was talking to him like, yo, D, we have to do this. This would be dope. And look where we're at. Like what 6-7 months ago we was talking about. Now we boom here moving. Season 2. So it's what I love about it is like, yeah, when you put a song up, you still have to schedule our releases. You schedule the podcast, but when you put it up, boom, it's instant right away. There's no wait, it's just you set it, you set the schedule, boom, it's out, so that's what I like. Quick information, quick news, and then we're integrating the music and all, just
now it's even expanding even more because you just partnered up with another company that's bringing me more music.
Exactly. But these guys, are you talking about our production company? Just
yeah.
I want to make sure I'm Yeah, High Key Music.
Yep.
Yeah, these guys, from London, we just signed them up, and they come with nothing but heat. So yeah, we just signed up like maybe like a week ago.
Yep.
And it took us about 3 weeks to get the deal done. Deal done now. Boom. Shout out to Mike, High Key Music in the building. They got the twins. They doing their thing. But now you get to break what they got
the
going on.
twins.
Yeah, and then we're gonna be actually pitching their music to the BMG hype. So
I gotta be honest, man. I gotta be honest. When I saw the twins' video, I was like, wow, those girls, those girls, those ladies, those women are absolutely drop dead gorgeous, and they have a unique talent about them too, because it's like they're twins. So it's like you don't really see that very often when it comes to like a musical group.
Yeah. No, I think what it is like, you have like. It's rare to see different like two girls like as a group, and putting out hot music together. So when you see that combination, that gives it a nice little, a nice little rapport. And the fans want to see that. They plus it's entertaining at the same time too.
So I'm assuming that since you're partnering up with them and everything on a lot of their musical groups, you're gonna probably start doing some collaborations with them too. I'm sure.
Oh, 100%. Like what we're doing is the objective of this deal is basically to pitch their songs through our BMG pipe. So then, we can pitch songs, different artists, co-writes, different collaborations, we just started, BMG also just launched My BMG app, which is dope. So that now that the pandemic's going on, right now artists can't be in the studio at the same time, but we can do it virtually. And also we can submit songs to each other through this app. So you get all the priorities, you get all the, who needs what song, whether it's films, whether it's TV, whether it's, songs for artists, you just go right into the app, move around, boom, oh, I got a song for Jessie Rise, send it over to her, boom, she like, yeah, I like it, boom, deal going down that fast. So I think that's super dope that, we came up with that situation.
No, that's really awesome, man. That's really awesome. You're definitely expanding your production company. You're bringing more content, not just to the Xander Effect, but you're also bringing more content, to like Sony, to BMG, to 50/50, to Art 19. You're bringing a lot of content, but besides musical content, there's also other podcasts involved in Art 19. That you brought, because I don't want to go ahead and brag or nothing, but the Xander Effect was the pioneer. In this process.
At the end of the day, all we do is just bringing more goodies to the table. But yeah, you got Xander Effect is the lead. South by Southwest stories. You got two Steves, and you have from Dr. Light. Spill the Beans. So, you have all these dope podcasts, and we got some more goodies in the can. But the whole idea is to form a network so that the future is with the podcast that if you're breaking a product, if you're breaking an artist, I feel like this is going to be the new way of media. So you don't have to go through those hoops and loops just to get, information out. The podcast will drive that information audio-wise. Boom, full-on global distribution, giving you what you need, and you hearing it first. It's like, okay, great. You drop a song, you do a podcast interview, bam, it's all out. It's rolling quick. So it's all about quick information, and then we can all share in the network.
Nope, that's for sure. I'm wondering. The last time I interviewed you was back in December, and that very moment, like shortly after I interviewed you, that's when you offered me a contract. Because first of all, it's because you like the show and everything.
Right.
But was it also because you saw the potential of something growing?
Yeah, that's what it was. I saw something growing in the marketplace, and I did my research. And like I said, shouts out to Gary V again, man. I'm always checking up on V and Team V. Big shout out. And he was just speaking on it, and then it was like podcasts gonna be the future. Podcast, and then I noticed how Gary V had his podcast running. I was like, So then it was just right timing. I'm researching with him, just listening to all the information, taking it in, and then bam, and then your show started to pop up on my radar, and I was like, hold on. But then I knew you was doing it for a while, and I was like, hold on, no. I said we could do something here. So I thought basically we could run it straight, through our Sony Orchard pipe. But then once again, it was fairly new. So then, then Bertelsmann kicked in Art 19, and then we just all powered it up together, and that's where we at today. And look, boom, the Xander Effect. So it was definitely a process.
It's evolved.
I was doing a lot of research at the same time, but I knew this is the new.
and the thing is, and you know what? To be honest with you, I mean, the show's evolved. This show has evolved so much. I mean, from how I got it started last April to how it is now, it's just grown like immensely.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see. You want to see when you start something, you just want to see the growth, and if you see the growth, that's the true success right there. You see that, you see what's happening, you see where it's going. Boom. Then you got your targets. Boom. You see, you see your marketing strategy, you see your content, you see everything driving. That's when you're on something. And the next thing you know, it starts to mature and it starts to develop, and then you start to see all these things happening, these beautiful relationships, and more partnerships, and man, next thing you know, voila, it's just it's the hottest thing, And so it's so dope right now because there's only I was saying 700K at the last 700,000 podcast shows, but now it's probably let's give a take now maybe 800K. So it's just the market is like super open. It's right there at the cusp, and we're going in. We got the right partners, right team, and they believe in what we're doing. That's what it is.
No, that's for sure, man. That's for sure. And I'm very appreciative of everything that you have done, everything that Sony, BMG Bertelsmann Group, everything Art 19's done, Soul House Productions. I'm thankful for every single one of y'all because this is definitely a team that really made a difference. You guys, all of you guys, made a huge difference in making this show happen. And you guys continue, and all of you continue to make the difference because now you're bringing me more music, you're bringing me more content. And I'm sure you're gonna be bringing me more guests. I'm assuming.
Exactly. Too. Yep. All that guests, content, music. Yes. Content.
Right.
Yeah, we definitely doing that. We definitely. Because you want to. And I think the more the guests that you have on, you continue to bring on special and they drive the show, and that's where it's at, man. To make it a great show, and a memorable show at that. Mm-hmm.
Well, then let's just keep on the memories going, Qwes.
Exactly.
Let's just keep on doing it, bro. Even in this time of crisis, we're still pumping stuff out like crazy.
Right. No, but it's dope because everybody needs it right now, and what it does is give people this warmth and a sense of relaxation, and as you know, because like you said, the only thing you can be doing podcast listening, Netflix binging, listening to music. It's streaming is where it's at. Stream. So
that's all you can do.
Yeah, I mean, come on, like you can't go to the clubs, you can't do movies, none of that. So now if you take to the streaming world to get away, and that's the dope. That's the gateway.
And you know what? I think this is gonna they're saying right now that this is the new norm. This is the new normal right now, and it's going to be the new normal for a while. I mean,
for a long time. Oh yeah.
I mean, but you know what? I think it's not too bad because I mean, you have a lot of people that are online watching these DJs, these very incredibly talented DJs that are putting up performances. There's concerts online, and people are okay with that. They're okay with being at home and watching this. Yeah, granted, it's not the same as actually being in their person, but at the same time, you have an opportunity to check out these DJs from around the world that you wouldn't normally be able to see them out here because they're not out here. They're in Europe or something.
Yeah, so, I think what's good is that it's appreciation. Now you get to see good content, but you get to appreciate that content, appreciate the music. Appreciate that DJ or that artist. You can sit back, you can listen, and you can really. So I feel like you can gain more fans like this too. It's your fan base,
Agreed.
And the more it's true, because people now are tuned in. They have to be tuned into something. It's like as an individual, we could be selective, yes, but if they're selective on your content, your product, boom, you're increasing your fan base and your audience. Within seconds, because now there's nothing really to to do.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, you got like, it's almost like, you know, when I had that interview with Kid Capri. You know, I mean,
that was a good one.
he basically kept on mentioning the same thing that, you know, the fact of the matter that, you know, DJs are trying to go ahead, you know, DJs like him are trying to go ahead and provide a service for people that are at home.
Exactly.
They're trying to give back and give entertainment, you know, to many people that are stuck at home, that are in quarantine, isolation, whatever you want to call it. And they're providing a service for everybody. And it's amazing. Like DJs like him, DJs like Rick One, that do like incredible sets, man.
Shout out to Rick One.
Man, major shout outs. I'm going to be having him on the show soon. And to be honest with you, man, like this guy, Rick One is an incredible DJ. You know, he's worked with Will.i.am. You know, he's worked with the Black Eyed Peas, has gotten, you know, I think he's gotten like platinum records. Right now he's working with Crazy Town, you know. So Rick
is an awesome producer. We did a couple of joints together. He's definitely on point with it all, you know.
Oh no, he's doing amazing. And the thing is that even though he's such a high profile producer, he still takes the time out for like 3 or 4 hours to do what he loves the most, which is DJ and entertaining everybody. And he just gets on Facebook. Yeah, man, he just gets on Facebook Live, and man, he starts like spinning, and dude, like all the music that I was like, man, all these songs take me back. And I'm just chilling at home, listening to, like, you know, watching him spin, drinking myself a beer, you know, just relaxing, you know. I mean, just chilling.
That's what's it's good to have. You can have like nostalgia. So right now we can enjoy it and enjoy that, and then think about, man, I remember when I was in the park having a good time. It was, you know, summertime, 2019. And now look, we 2020. You can't do none of that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Tell me about it.
We gotta be careful how we're moving. So the DJs, they bring that warmth, that consistency of good music, and give you those vibes, you know, that nostalgia vibes, you know. And artists do the together at home concerts and give you that energy. But that's how it is right now. It's like, man, no touring, no concerts. You got to be straight online moving.
Yeah, weren't you supposed to do Tomorrowland or something like that in Berlin?
Yeah, we have Tomorrowland set. Makasi's gonna be there. It was gonna be really dope.
Are you guys, is that still happening, or has that been canceled or postponed?
You know, it's funny. It was definitely one of my dreams. I was like, oh, this is dope. But then, like, and the thing is postponed too, because that's summertime. It was like, well, that was July, I think. Makasi was doing that. But then,
I think so, something like that.
Yeah, the thing is all postponed now because of there's no way you could. I mean, man, look, we're what, May now? So you figure June, July. There's no way. I would say, like, man, 2021 for festivals, right? Because one move like that, and Tomorrowland's huge, so it's like everybody. You're talking about over like 500,000 people over that, close to 600,000. So, you know, a weekend worth of events, 2 weekends actually. You know, so you got to be real careful there as well. You know, so yeah, I almost that part.
It's definitely not going to be like. There's no way you could go ahead and do any crowds. It's just not possible.
No, it won't happen. It'll be crazy. It'll kick back in instantaneously.
Oh yeah. No, as bad as like I said, it's bad as it is that, you know, they're trying to like reopen everything way too soon before we can even have a vaccine even.
Yeah.
Let alone concerts, I mean, you know, they're trying little by little, but it's like, dude, don't even try little by little, because
don't do it. It's
not a good idea. In my opinion, it's not a good idea.
Nah, we're all cabin fever, and what it is we all want to get back to, you know, rubbing up on people, having a good time and hugging. You can't do that no more. That is out the window, bro. Like that is like.
Well, for now, at least until this virus is eradicated completely.
Yeah, until you get a vaccine, but you can't be like, oh yeah, none of that. All that's ghost.
It's so funny. It's so funny because it reminds me of you've seen Demolition Man, right?
Yep.
You remember how like they outlawed touching? You know, they wouldn't even be able to like do a high five. What they would do is they would like go halfway, stop, and they do like a wax on type of thing. And I'm just like, man, these guys were prophets because they saw this coming. Like,
no, it's real. Look, speaking of movies, check it out. Like now we're living in movies. Like 28 weeks later, 28 days later, we live in. I was saying, yo, the only thing is we ain't turning into zombies.
Yet. That's
the only thing, but we living right in it. We are in it, bro.
Hey man, we haven't turned into zombies just yet. You know,
Yes.
there's still that asterisk there, man. We still don't know if we're gonna end up like, you know, I don't know, man. Like,
we in our own movies. Out of all the movies we've been doing, we in our own movie.
I swear, man. I thought we were gonna start being in Red Dawn next. I was like, man, we're traveling from one movie to the next right now, man.
That's all it is. You're like, dang, first this, next that, man. Damn, what's the name of this movie? Yours.
No, I enjoy seeing the memes where they're like, man, I'm already at level 24 in Jumanji. Like, what's going on?
Exactly. Oh, no, Jumanji. You're right. Jumanji, though, it's flipping scene.
Like, when are they releasing the monkeys? You know, because I'm already at level 23 or something like that. Jumanji. When are they releasing the monkeys and the rhinos?
Well, the monkeys, the hornets, it's like everything.
Everything.
Fire. Wiping everything.
Man. It's crazy. It's crazy. But it is what it is, man. I mean, we just keep on doing what we're doing, and so far we're doing it right. So that's
we giving the love, giving people the love, the content, the vibes, man. And that's how we maintain and keep it going for the people. And we win all day. Yeah, you know, it's a win-win right there.
Exactly.
You know, so
man, I gotta go ahead and ask you the question I always ask every single person right towards the end is, you know, and I asked you this before, but you know what? Since this is a brand new season, brand new show, how can people stalk you on social media?
Man, you already know. Official IG, official Qwes Kross. And that's Qwes Kross. Official Qwes Kross on the IG. Catch me at 5050global EDM.net, 5050globalmusic.com. Take that back, .net. You already know.
Nice.
I'm right there. I'm right there with y'all, man, 100%.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? All the love and thank y'all for the appreciation, you know, holding us down, you know. And you, D, the journalist.
Well, Qwes. You know, I couldn't have asked for a better executive producer, man. You're doing an awesome job as an EP here for the Xander Effect, man. Appreciate your time. I know that you're busy, so I'm gonna let you go here, man. But thank you so much for being on here. You know, chopping it up a little bit. You know, just like, you know, talking about different kinds of stuff, man. It's really cool of you to be on, man.
All day, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, everybody, hold it down. Be safe. We're gonna get through it. You already know.
Always, bro. Always. We'll talk soon. And you be safe out there too, man. You be careful out there.
You know it, man. I'm chilling on the low, running around with the mask on.
Yeah, I see the Instagram posts.
Exactly. I keep it real, y'all. My mask is on.
He's all incognito and stuff. It's like, nah. You don't see me. You don't see me. You don't see me. Oh man. All right, thanks a lot, Qwes, for being on the Xander Effect, man. We'll definitely get you all back on here again very soon. You already know.
You already know. All right, let's do it.
All right, later.
Peace.
Thanks so much, Qwes, for being on the Xander Effect as usual. Hopefully, I'll get to have you on here again very soon. In sports, NASCAR has released a statement that basically they are realigning a few of the currently scheduled events for 2020. And the statement goes as follows, quote, "Due to the current pandemic, NASCAR has faced several difficult decisions, including realigning race dates for several racetracks. These decisions were made following thorough collaboration with local and state government officials from across the country, including the areas of the affected racetracks. We thank all our fans for their support, and we look forward to our returning to racing." So basically they have completely, realigned and rescheduled everything, all their current races. They are as follows. Chicagoland's NASCAR Cup Series was set to be for June 21st. It's been reassigned to Darlington on May 17th. Xfinity Series race that was scheduled for June 20th will be held May 19th at Darlington as well. Chicagoland was also set to host the Gander RV and Outdoors Truck Series June 19th and ARCA Menard Series June 18th. Basically, those will be reassigned at a later date. Richmond Raceway Springtime Cup Series was scheduled for April 19th and has been moved also to Darlington on May 20th. A Gander RV and Outdoors Truck Series race that was to be run April 18th remains also postponed. Basically, that's going to be rescheduled as well for a later date. September 11th through 12th race weekend remains on the schedule so far. Sonoma Raceway's Cup Series dated for June 14th has also been moved to Charlotte on May 27th. Each of the three tracks also decided to give a statement saying that they will fully refund the tickets for people that have already bought tickets and 120% credit toward any future event. So don't worry, NASCAR fans, because your events are still going to be around. They're just going to be at a later date. In other sports news, as I reported in one of my previous episodes, looks like the NBA is trying to slowly but surely begin to open up practice facilities for a lot of the NBA players to start practicing. However, Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban decided that it's not going to happen in Dallas. ESPN's Tim McMahon went ahead and tweeted, Mark Cuban told at BD Amaris and MF Follow Will on their podcast that the inability to test for coronavirus is the reason the Mavs have no immediate plans to open their practice facility. Now, Tim McMahon also shared the quote that was on that podcast that Mark had said, and Mark Cuban said, quote, "The problem obviously is that because we can't test people, then we can't assure anybody's safety, whether they're basketball players or anybody else. Even though we can try to take all different kinds of precautions, it's just not worth it. Particularly when our guys are staying in shape and they're going outside and shooting on outdoor hoops and working out in various ways. So I just don't think the risk is worth the reward." Another ESPN commentator also added, Adrian Wojnarowski, tweeted, "Without widespread coronavirus testing available to country, NBA remains sensitive on using tests with players showing no symptoms entering facilities to start workouts. If or when NBA opens camps for a formal return to play, there's an understanding testing protocols would change." So at this point, it just would seem that Mark Cuban really doesn't feel that it would be safe for a lot of the NBA players to come back to practice if there's not enough tests available. And that's a valid point. Why go ahead and risk it? Because what you're going to end up doing is you're going to delay the season even more for your own team, and you're going to put, obviously, the most important thing is you're going to put your players and possibly staff at risk and in danger of contracting this very, very contagious virus. So no doubt that was actually a very good decision by Mark Cuban, and I completely support it. In other sports news, looks like Conor McGregor has been challenged by former boxing champion Oscar De La Hoya. Now, mind you, De La Hoya hasn't been in a boxing ring in it's been a few years. It's been more than a decade since De La Hoya has stepped into a boxing ring. However, he did go on to CBS Sports' State of Combat podcast, and he went on to say, quote, 2 rounds. Oh, come on, brother. 2 rounds. One thing about me is I went for the kill always. Look, Conor McGregor, I love him in the octagon. I respect him. I watch him all the time. But the boxing ring is a whole different story. It's a whole different story. So Conor McGregor didn't take too kindly to those words. Although, however, we all know what happened the last time Conor McGregor stepped into a boxing ring. You know, he lost against Floyd Mayweather. I mean, that's just the way it went. But there's been reports that Conor has been training since then, and he's been kind of wanting to get back into the boxing ring once again to redeem himself of the loss that he had against Floyd Mayweather. So it's a possibility that here's this chance, seeing as De La Hoya, the 47-year-old, is challenging, the much younger Conor McGregor. So far, Conor McGregor decided to tweet saying, quote, "I accept your challenge, Oscar De La Hoya." So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens if they decide to go ahead and lock gloves and, you know, I'm curious to see. I'm actually curious to see what happens, you know, what happens to this fight. So here's hoping that it actually does happen. Coming up next in video game news, the Xbox Series X is showcasing 3 different games on their brand new next-gen console. And there's a lot of criticisms going on, both good and bad. So you're going to have to stay tuned for that one. But coming up next, here is Safura, High on Your Love, right here on the Xander Effect.
Been floating around like the king of the sky. I put all the shit to the back of my mind. Just like a dose of perspective to silence the noise. You're turning me up like I'm one of the boys. No, I can't stop, 'cause it feels so good. No, I can't stop, like I know I should. Going non-stop till I'm understood. You got me so hooked. I'm high on your love. I'm high on your love. We started off slow, now we're doing it right. My head's on a roll every day, every night. The way my body reacts when you're giving me feels, yeah. I can't get enough, I'm just keeping it real. No, I can't stop, 'cause it feels so good. No, I can't stop, like I know I should. Going non-stop till I'm understood. You got me so hooked. 'Cause baby, I'm high on your love. 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 I'm so high, I'm so high. I'm so high, 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 high. I'm so high, I'm so high. I'm so high, 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 high. No, I can't stop, 'cause it feels so good. No, I can't stop, like I know I should. Going non-stop till I'm understood. You got me so hooked. 'Cause baby, I'm high on your love. I'm so high on your love, love the feeling. I'm high on your love. I get high on your love, then repeat. I'm high on your love. I'm so high on your love, love the feeling. I'm high on your love. I get high on your love like I'm dreaming.
Hey guys, this is Sean Kanan. Catch me coming up on the Xander Effect. You're not going to want to miss this one.
Let the dancing begin.
She like a real with that trap money. I let the bad throw it back for me. And I keep it fucking with a bit honest. They know that I got the juice, I got the color money. Yo, ho, no, I'm getting money. Yo, ho, no, I'm getting money. Stay low when I'm spending hundreds. They know that I got the juice, I got the color money.
She know I got the dope, I got that good. She like to smoke. I'm a real trap, she cuff the dope. I make the pack flip, she tuck and roll. I untuck and blow, pack up and go. I ain't gotta say nothing, she already know who got the juice. I'm dripped in sauce. This what she get when she whip with a boss. When she whip with a boss, I run the bands. What it costs? What it costs? Rolling with a boss, riding around town with the top chopped off. No games, I ain't playing with you. No lanes, no. I ain't with no bro. You already know,
She like a real with that trap money. I let the bad throw it back for me. And I keep it fucking with a bit honest. They know that I got the juice, I got the color money. Yo, ho, no, I'm getting money. Yo, ho, know I'm getting money. Stay low when I'm spending hundreds. They know that I got the juice, I got the color money.
Dancing begins.
Music. Hold up, wait a minute, slow it down. Color money, got enough for the throw around. And you might come through. Make sure you call if you plan on sliding through. Foot to the gas, hand on the clutch. Gripping my pole, I don't give her hand on my pole, no she won't. Pockets are swole, no she won't. T.I., it's another day, we up. Stack up, if it's a thought, back up. 30 for the 40, see how that add up. Let's shawty shoot it for me, twerking with a no games, I ain't playing with you. No lanes, no. I ain't with no bro. You already know.
She like a real with that trap money. I let the bad throw it back for me. And I keep it fucking for the big honest. They know that I got the juice, I got the color money. Yo, ho, know I'm getting money. Yo, ho, know I'm getting money. Stay low when I'm spending hundreds. They know that I got the juice, I got the color money. Yo, ho, know I'm getting money. Yo, ho, know I'm getting money. Stay low when I'm spending hundreds. They know that I got the juice, I got the color money. Real with that trap money. I let the bad throw it back for me. And I keep it fucking for the big honest. They know that I got the juice, I got the color money. Yo, ho, know I'm getting money. Yo, ho, know I'm getting money. Stay low when I'm spending hundreds. They know that I got the juice, I got the color money.
That was Chef Sean's Color Money right here on the Xander Effect. In video game news, yes, the Xbox Series X gameplay has finally arrived. In an Xbox live stream, basically they decided to showcase a few, about 3 video games or so that the Xbox Series X will be featuring on their console that's coming later on this year. There still is no set date, and there's no price as to how much the Xbox Series X or the PlayStation 5 is going to actually cost. So, but still, they decided to go ahead and show some gamers exactly what they're going to be looking forward to in the next few months when it actually comes out. So far, the only complaint really that was by gamers is of the little gameplay that was showcased during the live stream. They basically said that there wasn't enough gameplay and they wanted to see more involved with the Xbox Series X. The games that they decided to include were Dirt 5, which basically lets players drive around in an ultra high definition 4K at 60 frames per second, and they could also switch it down to a lower resolution, which is even smoother at 120 frames per second. So that's one of the games. A mystery horror game called The Medium was also showcased, which basically it delivers a lot of lightning effects. So that was really cool for them to go ahead and check out. Second Extinction, that's actually a very interesting game. That one is about a group of players who work as a team to take down large groups of mutated dinosaurs. So that's another one. There's also never before seen footage of Assassin's Creed Valhalla that was also showcased as well. So that's something that many players were very much happy about as well. So a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool graphics going on. The new Xbox Series X also has 6K capabilities as well. So that's another thing that many players are looking forward to when this new console is featured. Another really cool thing that was announced, not so much on the live stream, but I actually read this, is that they still don't know what the price is for the Xbox Series X, but one cool thing is that they are allowing for gamers to purchase the console in installments, so they actually can go ahead and make payments on the new consoles. I don't know if PlayStation's doing this, but for sure Xbox Series, Microsoft is definitely doing it. So no doubt PlayStation's also probably going to end up doing something like that as well. So that's really cool. One of the features that many gamers were a little bit confused about was basically the feature where it comes to smart delivery, which it's a smart delivery deal which lets people play games they have purchased on a compatible Xbox console they already own. So that way they don't have to go ahead and buy a brand new game again, because I mean, no doubt they heard how many gamers complained about the fact of the matter that when the Xbox One came out, they had to rebuy every single game in order for it to be compatible with the Xbox One. I was one of those gamers that had to go ahead and pay more money to go ahead and buy games for the Xbox One that I already owned. So it looks like they're going to go ahead and do a smart delivery system, which we all know that Cyberpunk is already a part of the smart delivery system. So we're hoping that, you know, other game developers will also not be greedy and follow suit as well. So we'll see what happens with that. But that's pretty cool that they have the smart delivery deal, and you know, we'll see exactly how they go about this in more detail in the coming months. That's the news. In case you haven't heard it, thank you so much for listening to the Xander Effect. Remember, we are still slowly but surely getting out of the woods of this current pandemic. It's a tough one out there. Places are reopening little by little, although I'm not too much for that right now, because in my opinion, as you heard the interview, I would prefer that this virus be eradicated, but we have to continue to keep going. The best that we can do is continue to be safe and continue to wear gloves, continue to wear face masks. As opposed to many people's complaints, we should continue to wear face masks for our safety and for the safety of others. We don't want to have, the death of somebody or the contamination of somebody on our conscience when it comes to that. Remember to, when you go out, when you have to go out for essential purposes, to always wear masks, gloves, goggles, the works, to make sure you keep yourself safe. And please be safe out there. And remember, music always heals all. We'll see you next time.
Yo. I be tell I told. Yeah, you did. They ain't believe it though. One life. Do Brown. Same game, be telling. What up? Woo! So we kick it like it's kickball. Power couple. She dripping in that Dolce Gabbana. They wanna touch her. Everybody know that's do girl. What you gonna do about it? Me and her take on the world. Now that's the truth.
Hey everyone, the Xander Effect is powered by 50/50 Global Muzik Inc., Sony Music, The Orchard, and BMG Bertelsmann Group, in association with Art 19 Media.